What is good, everybody? I am DJ Whippopatomus, and you are listening to WKNC 88.1 FM HD1 Raleigh. We are a student-run, nonprofit radio station based at a North Carolina State University. Here with me today is Cam Cokas, who recently dropped their album, Sketches. What's good with you, man? How you doing?
What's up, dude? I'm chilling.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people out there? Where are you from? What you do?
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right.
And I make music. I produce, I write, and I sing, and I perform.
Yeah, yeah. Love it. So how long have you been making music?
I've been making music for, let me get a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Making music for around, I would say like 10 years. That's good. But I started like playing piano and like writing stuff when I was like 8.
Damn, you do it all for real.
And then when I was like 15 or 16, I started really writing, like actual songs with lyrics and singing. So I was a shower singer until I really put myself out there.
Word. Okay.
And that is the best advice that I can give other people is to just go to open mics.
Facts.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And when you go to record, you'll have better experience because you've been performing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's game right there for real. Appreciate that. So how would you describe your how would you describe your music? What words would you use?
Words?
Words are hard. For me at least.
Okay, let me think. Well, to pinpoint it, I would say production-wise, a lot of hip-hop influences. I would say early 2000s, like Jay Dilla, some boom bap, but basically just like early 2000s production, where they weren't concerned about just like, making another copy and paste song. They're like, okay, how inventive can we be? And I think that we're still in that era, but I think in terms of mainstream stuff, that was when it was like the pinnacle of hip hop production.
Facts.
Like with like Ludacris.
Yeah.
And like Kanye. And
right.
Like really earlier, like 2000 stuff. And that combined with like Joni Mitchell and Prince, and other songwriters that I really just,
look
up to because they're really prolific.
Okay.
And they mean what they say. And they're they're trying to be at the top of their game. So I think like I want to combine the best of both worlds in that aspect.
Okay.
And yeah, just like looking up to the legends who did it well as like the new school people. So it's like the new flavor,
a whole lot of balance,
like an old substance.
Yeah. I can appreciate that. That's dope. So are you the type of person that finds the beat and then writes a song, or do you write your song first and then find a beat to go with it?
It's a good question. Sometimes I make the beats, and then I write the song, and then sometimes I write the song and then I make the beat over it. And it's kind of this thing that I've like run into where the production becomes part of the songwriting. And I think like I read an artist, I think like Bon Iver said that, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And then like it started like happening with me.
Right.
And like how, because like I'll freestyle verses or like stuff and I'll just like make it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is great. Like, making it up on the spot. And it's like a different process, but it still yields the same results. So I think it's just really nice to have different ways of making it. And I try to aim to make it all from scratch, but I do sample sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
To take some loops, and then I do like incorporate like melodies of other things, like like classical music. Because
I hear that
it's not copyrighted. So
Facts.
So to be fair, it's fair game because you can be like, okay, let me take this melody and recycle it because,
I mean,
if
that's
you're
the
coming up with
nature
a
of
good,
art too.
Exactly. So you come up with a good melody, you string a bunch of things together that you kind of are familiar with, and you make a new thing.
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool about melody is that you can make new ones.
Interesting.
Just like chord progressions, you can make new chord progressions they're like very slightly different, but they're still new in a way that how you use it with the melody and with the beat as well. So the beat makes a huge difference too. So.
There's a whole lot that goes into that for real. I love it.
It's a science. It's like you put everything in a blender and you just get a shake or something.
What's it like producing beats? Because from the producers I've talked to, it can be a grueling process.
So producing beats, the initial process is pretty easy. I would say it doesn't take, it shouldn't take more than an hour. Should take 30 minutes or less to like really get the bare bones ideas. And for the most part, I've come up with them in like 15 minutes. Not to like say, but it's just like you just go for it. And then the post production, the mixing, mastering, that's where it gets more time intensive. And you're like, okay, I need to like focus. So that's one thing that is frustrating for sure.
I feel that
as a producer, but it's like you can just do it. And the more you do it, the better you get. And then like the less time it takes you to be done with it. I think it's like the finished product is what you aim for. You're like, okay, here is a finished song, and you feel really great about that.
Yeah.
But the other process is like getting there. So
facts. Yeah, it's all a process, honestly. You have any plans for any music videos?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
Okay.
I'm trying to plan a new project, and it's going to be conceptual. It's going to be a concept album.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm trying to like base it around a cover. So I'm going to do a cover shoot and then kind of base the videos and the other singles around that, and just I guess, really capture the aesthetic well, and like just better brand myself to shoot out to the world.
Hell yeah. So you got a plan. How long have you been working on this project?
Probably about a month. I had the first song that I just put out, Feel That Way. I kind of didn't do too much promotion and marketing, but now I'm like picking up new tricks and stuff. So with the next singles, I'm just gonna really go balls to the wall.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I can say that.
No, you can.
Just like full force foot on the gas, and just get more exposure, because I think that that's one thing that I've needed to work on is social media and like online presence and being known, because I think right now it's all about people getting to know you.
Yeah.
And it's more about the artist than the art, which is like surprising, but
I feel that honestly. Like sometimes I'll listen to an album and I won't exactly vibe with it, but then like if I look into like who the artist actually is, and if I like really vibe with who they are, then like I listen to the album again, like, oh, okay, like it just clicks better for some reason.
Yeah, because then you're into like, you're like, okay, now I'm in their head, and like you're like perceiving it rather than like as like objectively is this good. It's like it's more subjective then. It's more like who is the artist, and I think that goes with like paintings and like famous songs as well. It's like like Michael Jackson, like you're like, you listen to a Michael Jackson song, you're like, this is really great. But in context, it's like, he's also a great performer. Mm-hmm. He's been doing it since he was a little kid. Like, it's like all this context makes him legendary. And I think
how you put that.
Yeah. It's like listening to Kanye as well. Like, you're like, this is Kanye. Like, you're like, you know what he's capable of.
Exactly. Yeah. That's dope. And you kind of like have a sense of personal connection to it once you have an idea of who the artist is. Mm-hmm. And then the community aspect kind of comes into play too, especially if they're local. 'Cause I'm on a whole lot of local music, as most of y'all know. And yes, the community is a huge aspect of it too, I think. We're going to take a quick break to play y'all Feel That Way. Cam Cokas' most recently dropped single.
Hey!
Y'all enjoy. We'll be right back.
I could fall for your eyes the second I look at them. I see brighter skies, and I'm not one for goodbyes. I'd rather just say hello, then have heartbroken cries. So let's pull out all of our vices, baby, 'cause we all got some we gotta overcome. It's okay to feel a little crazy. We all need a helping hand, someone who understands. And maybe if you knew that, you would feel so glad. But right now I know you're dealing with yourself. So come right here and show me all of you, and I'll be right by your side, just loving everything. You did so well, convincing yourself you're not worth a cent. So let me tell, oh baby, you're so heaven sent. So let's pull out all of our vices, baby, 'cause we all got some we gotta overcome. It's okay to feel a little crazy. You don't need a helping hand, someone who understands. And maybe if you knew that, you would feel so glad. But right now I know you're dealing with yourself. So come right here and show me all of you, and I'll be right by your side, just loving everything.
What's good, everyone? It's your boy DJ Whippopatomus, and I'm still here with
Cam Cokas.
yes, sir. All right, so yeah, I want to get into your performances a little bit. I've seen you perform a few times now. I think the first time I seen you perform actually was at yours and Zach's birthday party last year. Yeah, that was lit. That was my first time kind of being exposed to the local music community, honestly. And first time being exposed to y'all, and it was a really dope experience. Y'all were super nice too. Like, I've just met y'all. Y'all let me in your house. Zach let me wear some of his shorts to get into the club. And they still didn't let me in. Yeah. Y'all let me on your party bus. It was lit. But yeah, I seen you perform. Oh yeah, at Summer in the Carolinas too. That was pretty lit.
Yeah.
And yeah. So do you have any type of rituals you do before a show? Anything to prepare yourself?
Usually, I'll look in the mirror and kind of be like,
okay,
pat myself on the back and be like, yeah, or like, drink some tea, drink some water,
okay, dope.
Talk to a friend, dap someone up, like
for real, that's energy.
Yeah, so get the energy and then just go on there and kind of like, self-motivate, and then you get up there and then you just like, kill it, because you want to like do the best job that you can. And I think that if you don't feel like you're on your A game, it's gonna like come back to get you. So that's the thing. Yeah, the confidence is the key
for real
to being the best performer.
Yeah, so. Honestly, being your best person at the end of the day.
Yes.
You just gotta be comfortable with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You got any upcoming shows?
Not that I know of right now. I'm just working on this project and like trying to grow and build more, and then probably do shows this summer. It's gonna be nice and warm, and I think
can't wait.
I know, yeah. I think it's gonna be just like so great. So I want to make some summer vibes, some like nice.
I'm ready for
good music.
Yeah, so. We need that right now. Real. So I want to go a bit into your music journey and more of your personal journey. Just help the listeners get to know you better as a person. First of all, what was it like growing up and going to high school in Raleigh?
Ooh. Raleigh is pretty interesting.
Right.
So there's a good mix of people.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I was friends with a lot of people who came from different cultural backgrounds.
Right.
And
love that.
They just had a variety of different ideas and personalities, and it was really good to go to public school too.
Yeah.
Because then you get a sense of like, the real world.
Facts, honestly.
And you can better connect with people, and I think it was good for being social, even though I'm still not the most social person.
Okay.
So I think it was it was pretty nice. Like
dope.
So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
So where did you go to college at?
Went to college at University of North Carolina at Asheville.
Okay.
And I just graduated in December.
Hell yeah. Congrats, man. That's right. I did see that picture.
Oh yeah.
That's dope.
And yeah, it was definitely a very interesting experience.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool people over there.
I bet Asheville's lit.
Yeah, it's just completely different. There's a lot of indie artists. There's a nice alternative scene and really nice nature. So I think it was a really interesting experience for college.
Right.
I was originally gonna go to Berkeley, but I didn't get a scholarship. So I was like, okay, this is
take that in-state tuition.
Way too expensive.
Yeah.
It's private. Yeah,
Facts.
so it's like,
I forget about that too.
It's way too much. So I was like, in-state tuition. I'm gonna go to this public university, and I think it
Asheville really is beautiful too.
Yes, it benefited me because, again, I wasn't around all these rich kids and people who haven't made but they haven't put in work and effort. So I think it really helped me get my grind on and really self-motivate, because I'm just realizing I'm at the beginning of my a career trajectory.
Right.
And now I have the skills, knowledge, and
everything. What did you study?
Music production.
Oh, hell yeah.
Audio engineering, and that's why I was talking about this mic.
Yeah.
It's an RE20 mic, and it's good for podcasts, good for voiceovers. So this is the exact use for it.
So we're doing it the right way.
Yes.
Let's go. Jamie will be glad to hear. Shout out Jamie for ordering these mics.
Nice mics. But yeah, the program was...
Yeah, what was that program like? What were the students like too?
Students. I still have a lot of friends over there.
Yeah.
And they're
a lot of creatives.
Yes. They're all graduating this semester.
Oh, yeah. So you graduated a little early.
Yes. I finagled my way. I switched around a class and was able to graduate earlier, because I was like, I want to do 4 years. And then it was 4 in one semester. I was like, so I was like, okay, how can I figure it out? But the program's very small.
Okay.
And that's kind of what drew me to it. We have a Dolby Atmos studio to mix, and that was really interesting. I mean, I do prefer mixing in stereo. To be honest, I think stereo's not going to go away. Dolby Atmos is kind of like a movie theater experience.
Right.
And it's on Apple Music.
Oh, exclusively?
Not exclusively, but it's mainly the one that Apple Music was spatial audio, and then all these other companies, except for Spotify is not doing it. So
damn.
Only Spotify isn't doing it, but it's honestly not, too different. And I kind of controversially prefer stereo because it just hits harder and it's really direct. And I think spatial audio works better if you're like watching a movie or like you're watching something visual or you're at a party and there's like a bunch of speakers, that's when it would work better.
I see.
But I'm not too sure if it works well like with headphones or like
effects.
A mono speaker, like one speaker with stereo or something. So it was really cool. And Moog synthesizers are there. So he taught there, Bob Moog.
I'm not familiar. Who is that?
So Bob Moog invented the pretty much household synthesizer. Like all the dials and buttons and stuff. And it's like brown and wood and
you said he invented it?
Yeah, he invented it. Or he like took a design and then like evolved it and then made a commercial synthesizer. And
so he had a lot of knowledge.
Yes, he did. And he was just super cool. So I was like, that was the biggest reason why I wanted to go to that school. And I went to like a college fair and I saw that. I was like, whoa, like Bob Moog, like Moog synthesizers. Oh, cool. Like, because I was looking at a bunch of schools. I was looking at
Word, and you were looking at all those details too.
Yes, all the music schools and departments.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna go here because it's close to home. It's in-state tuition, and it's like, you know, I'm not gonna be in debt like $250,000, which would be terrible.
For real, man. Especially as an artist, it's already hard enough.
I'm just gonna let the record label do that.
Exactly. So, we said you're from Raleigh. Do you have roots anywhere else?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like family all over the country, but it's definitely just North Carolina.
Okay, for sure.
Is like the main thing.
That's dope. So I did want to talk about you and Zach a little bit, just because y'all have such a unique story, just being twins and both being musically inclined. Like, what was it like growing up together?
Well, twins are really competitive.
I
don't know if you knew that.
No, I don't actually.
And we just competed in so many different ways. Like we would, oh God, like in sports and like jokes, like literally just like very small things.
Mm-hmm.
And then somewhere along the line, like as we grew up, like we started making music.
Yeah.
And
around what age?
I would say like 16. We really like started making music together.
Y'all went to school together too?
Yes. Yeah. We didn't have a lot of classes together, but we went to school together.
See each other in the hallway sometimes.
Yeah, like during lunch maybe, or like in the hallways. Yeah. So we definitely had different friend groups.
Yeah.
Until later, then we like kind of merged.
Okay.
And then our friends became friends. So it's like we had like a super friend group.
Yeah. That's lit.
And
did y'all like was it bump heads? That's not the right way to say it. Did y'all like argue a lot as kids? Siblings?
Yes, we did. Yeah. We still argue, but not as much.
Right. Okay.
So I think collaborating just made there be less competition with like both of us, and more of a competition of like, how can we work together to, you know, be better.
Yeah.
Than the competition.
I feel that.
Together as we're making stuff.
Yeah.
And we did like a session yesterday.
Like the competition of my competition is my friend.
Exactly, yeah. So
but also like that competition y'all had between each other kind of like probably helped y'all push yourselves more.
Yes, it did.
How competition naturally does sometimes.
And our parents, they have pretty high standards. And, that kind of led us to just do more. And I'm really glad that they, you know, did that. I think like it's important to have high standards for yourself.
Yeah.
And
I feel that.
Not to say that, you know, there should be a lot of pressure, but it's I think it's good to have that pressure that you kind of need to succeed.
And apply the pressure.
Applying pressure. Yeah, like J. Cole.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for real, because you got to apply it. And growing up, they helped push us creatively. And we went to, you know, different summer camps. Like we went to art camp. We went to a museum.
Yeah, that helps.
We went to a music camp one time. It was like around a bunch of people who weren't great at music. But it was fun because we like did a band and like it was like whatever.
That's dope.
And I think like now looking back, I'm like that was really dope because I've like I played with a band for the last couple months.
That's dope.
Played a bunch of shows and now I'm solo, but like that was good experience to be a front man because I've never done that.
Right.
And it was like, this is what like the OGs did. This is what like the people back in the day were doing. Was like they had a band and all that. So it was good experience because I'm used to just being a singer songwriter / like singer producer.
Yeah.
And
singer songwriter performer.
Yeah, exactly. So performing with other people and like having that group effort collaboration just really helps you open up more and be able to connect with different people and also yourself. So
facts. That's dope. And you kind of like, you have like a feeling that they have your back almost.
In a way, they have your back. I would say performance wise and musically,
like performance wise,
artistically, they should have your back because that it needs to be like a trust process of like I got you. And sometimes like people will occasionally let you down, but
I feel
it's good to just have that trust because if you don't have the trust, then you're not gonna make anything worthwhile or it's not gonna come through. And you just have to it's kind of like a leap of faith, like, okay, I trust you, let's do this. You perform, okay, we did it. Like it's kind of like hold your breath. We did it.
Just hope everything stays together.
Yeah, because people like the people that I look up to, they put in like so many hours, like that 10,000 hour rule.
Yeah.
So I'm just currently just trying to do that.
Facts.
So.
Okay. I wanted to say real quick, shout out to your mom and dad. We talked a lot. They're fun. Like when I went to y'all's birthday party, like we didn't know anyone, so we just like naturally started talking to the parents. No, they're super cool. I love how they support y'all too.
Yeah, they're very supportive.
That's crucial.
And right now I'm just doing, freelance stuff. And I'm just traveling too much to like get a stable job at the moment. So I'm gonna wait until the summer to do that. Yeah. But I guess my hope is to just push through.
Of course,
as a writer and producer and like I guess make it somewhat so that I don't have to do that. But But I would definitely be, fine with getting a job. And I'm looking at some jobs in New York.
Okay.
And I might move up to Brooklyn maybe.
What type of jobs are you looking at?
Definitely
for all the employers listening.
Oh yeah. I'm looking for studio jobs, engineering jobs, part-time, full-time, and I think just being able to be in that environment and use the skills that I learned in school and that I've built even before I was going into school, I was doing that as well. So like that's what I want to do.
Dope.
So I'm about to go on this retreat to like it's like a bunch of artists and then I'm gonna bring like my setup and then produce because like I just bought a bunch of plugins.
Yeah.
So I got the whole arsenal and mixing, mastering, all
around
that.
all these artists too.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be crazy.
I'm trying to be like Pharrell. Like
yes, that's my guy. He's from my city, Virginia Beach. Shout out Pharrell.
Shout out Pharrell.
Hey, come to WKNC, Pharrell, please.
Yes.
So, how would you describe the music scene in the Triangle? In the community.
Ooh, interesting. I've been doing like open mics and stuff since I was like 14 or 15.
Right. Yeah. So you've been exposed to it a lot.
Yes. So I really did the singer-songwriter circuit, guitar players and piano players, and then me and my brother did like rap open mics, hip hop open mics.
That's dope.
And so we put ourselves out there, and I mean, off the bat, it was like. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And it was cool because it was like we were just kind of like trying it out and then we got support and it was like we weren't even that far into it. So it was like, whoa, like, so I think the combo of those things helped me navigate being a musician as well as a producer in hip hop because there's somewhat of a disconnect sometimes with different genres. And that's what I'm trying to like, break down barriers with that because a lot of other people that I know have been doing that as well. I think like the more friends you have in different genres and making different music, like the more you'll be able to just navigate your life better. And I think it's just like being social and
just connecting with other communities, connecting with other cultures,
other cultures as well. That's one thing that like
that's the beauty of it, just seeing it all intermix.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a few questions just to help the listeners get to know you better. First off, how would you describe your sense of fashion?
Oh my God, sense of fashion is pretty important. I think
I feel it.
How you put yourself out there is, you know, an expression of yourself, and I think sometimes it can be like, oh, I'm not feeling myself today, so I'm gonna like wear sweatpants. Like, even though sweatpants can be like fashionable, I'm gonna wear this like bummy outfit, which is what
sweatpants.
Which is like sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a bum, in a sense, fashion sense, and then other days I'm like, okay, I want to like show up and like wear, you know, clothing that is going to just make me look better, you know, make you look like you mean what you say.
And it's an expression too.
It's an expression. You're like, okay, you know, I'm feeling a little this way.
Exactly.
Like this is
the jean jacket. I wish we had a camera in here, but he's got this clean jean jacket with the corduroy collar, the rips. I'm trying to visualize it for y'all.
And there's like a huge like tear up on the back. And I think this is kind of like, in terms of expression, like representing like, you know, scars and like trauma that you have in your life, and that you're like, okay, I'm gonna openly like, you know, dope. Wear it. I'm trying to like be metaphorical.
No, please, but like paint a picture.
You're like, like, you know, this is like who I am, and I think people want to cover themselves up in you know, like in trends and stuff, and it's like, nah, man, just like wear even in the trend you can find something that's like, okay, this is representative of me. Exactly. I like calm colors. I like turtlenecks, whatever. Like, you know, so
that's lit.
You find
the turtleneck back.
What expresses you. Yeah, bring the turtleneck back. They are nice. I'm telling you, we look good in turtlenecks. Like,
facts.
Like, this is to all the men. You look good in turtlenecks. Oh, also women.
Yeah,
everyone looks good in turtlenecks.
For real. Dogs, cats.
Dogs and cats. And pets alike.
Exactly. Where did you get that jacket?
I got this from a consignment store? Or like a resale store.
Oh, dope. I love that.
And this brand is G-Star, and I really like their jeans. And I've been Pharrell is actually a co-owner. So
no way, that's crazy.
And they just like really have great sustainable, eco-friendly practices in their making of the clothing.
Wow, that's dope.
And
that's really important.
If you get it like you know, not at the department store or whatever, it's gonna be a lot cheaper, and it's gonna last you a long time because of how they make it. So it's just one of those clothing brands I'm like, yes, because this is gonna last a really long time. It's not H&M. H&M has some swag, but the way that they make it is like
fall apart.
It's gonna fall apart. Like,
same with Forever 21.
Those shirts. Yeah.
Forever 21 does sometimes has some fire things in the men's section. The men's section is always really small, but they're apt to fall apart. So watch out.
Yes. So you better wear it while it lasts.
It's cheap though. It's cheap at Forever 21, so that is the plus. But it's fast fashion at the end of the day.
Or you can go get a used clothing that is like
thrift all the way.
Thrift it, and like I got this for like $10, and like I'm sure new it would have been, you know, way more than that.
Yeah,
so,
honestly, I love thrifting.
And
it's great for the environment too.
Yes, except NFTs. Don't thrift NFTs.
Oh my God, for real. That's a dangerous game. So, who are some of your favorite artists that you've been listening to recently?
Okay, so I would say, and this is gonna sound so basic, but very recently, The Weeknd's album he put out was
I love The Weeknd.
Phenomenal, and musically just amazing, and how he put it together, and he sampled very cleverly, and like it just was
very clever.
Was a great listen, and it was awesome to see an artist like that be the #1 artist on Spotify, because he's really like,
I didn't realize he was
bringing that old school swag. And I think same with like Silk Sonic, they brought that old school swag back.
Okay.
And I would say like my absolute favorite artist, if I could choose like 3,
sure,
right now, would be Kanye.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to think. There's just a lot of people I listen to.
I know, I feel you, man. It's a hard thing to do. I personally hate being asked that question myself.
Yeah. Well, there's this producer named Tourist. He makes electronic music.
Word.
And
oh yeah.
his stuff is really great. I've been a fan for a while.
Yes.
And I just recently started listening to more ambient electronic stuff, because I'm really trying to take better influence from my production.
Dope.
So I'm like, okay, Kanye for production. Obviously, like, the confidence is there.
Yeah.
And then Michael's just straight, like, style, like talent. And
exactly.
I'm like, okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's like, he is the bar. So I'm like, okay, how can I...
His music videos were crazy.
His music videos went crazy.
Like, I had a friend just going through a few, and yeah, it's insane. I forget which one it was, but it was a 16-minute music video with Wesley Snipes.
Oh, is it bad?
Bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It was like a sitcom just about. I thought it was a show we were watching. I forgot what we were doing.
And then he just jumps, and then he's in that really dope outfit, and you're like,
you think you're bad?
You think you're bad? I'll show you bad. Boom, 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 boom.
And the outfits are insane.
Outfits are insane.
Bro. It's like you're teleporting to another time.
He invented the what's it called? The group dance choreography. Like, I'm 100% sure, because Thriller was like, no one had done that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So like, Step Up, So You Think You Can Dance
right.
with Greatest Dance Crew, whatever.
Yeah.
That is all Michael. I'm fairly certain. Like, I'm not gonna make that claim, but like, I'm gonna make that claim that like
right,
Michael is that great.
Might get a few mentions later.
Yes.
That and about Dolby probably.
Dolby.
So what's one of your favorite places to eat around here in Carolina in general, really? Local, no like commercial chains or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay, so for breakfast you should go to Big Ed's.
Okay.
Because Big Ed's
what's up with that?
Gives you that nice southern big breakfast.
Okay.
I was gonna say another word. But they give you that good breakfast. And I would say if you want to go to dinner, there's a place called Taverna Agora, which is a local chain.
Yeah.
And they have really great Greek food.
Okay.
My dad's family's Greek.
Dope.
So,
okay. That's what's up.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
They got lamb. They got pasticcio.
I already heard enough. I love lamb. What's tosticcio?
Pasticcio is like a lasagna.
Oh,
and it's just really good.
Yeah.
Same with like I don't know. They got a baklava.
Oh yeah.
Other things that I'm trying to think of. Dalmatas, grape leaves. They got
grape leaves.
Right? So good. They got really good ones.
Oh yeah.
And they just got great food. So 2 places right there. And then my third place would be it's a really good question.
Yeah, people love talking about food. It can get serious sometimes.
Yeah, it can get really serious. I would say El Rodeo downtown is fire.
Okay.
Every time I've ate there, it's been fire.
What type of restaurant is that?
It's Mexican.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Dope.
It's near like an art gallery. It's near Moore Square. Amazing food. So
yeah, for real.
Fire.
Are you a pet person? If so, what's your favorite type of pet?
I'm a pet person. I love pets.
Hell yeah.
I always want cats.
Yes.
But
let's go.
But I think like because my mom has been allergic, she loves cats too, but she's allergic. So
that's tough. Dang.
We grew up with dogs, so I love dogs. I'm probably more of a dog person, but I do like cats. Cats are dope.
I lean more on the cat side. I have a dog and a cat.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a blast. They be fighting. Like the cat's head will be in the dog's mouth, but like they're cool. God. They're brother sister. Like they play rough, but they know what they're doing. They know what's up.
Okay.
But I lean on the cat side just because cats are a little underrated. They're a little misunderstood. I can kind of relate to that. And like their personalities are just different from dogs. You know, like I just feel like their personalities are almost more intricate than dogs. Dogs, like, they'll give you everything, like, right up front. They'll tell you exactly who they are right up front. Cats, it takes you a while to get to know exactly who they are.
Yeah.
I feel like.
There was a cat in my Airbnb when I traveled.
Oh, that's dope.
And I was just reading a book, and it just came on the bed. It had one eye.
Oh.
And I don't know. It was just the cutest cat ever.
Yeah.
And the cat was just there. I was like, beep, 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 reading a book. It was like the lo-fi cover, like when you listen to YouTube, like lo-fi. It's like I felt like a lo-fi like person.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. Like, so.
No, I feel cats are almost like hypnotizing too. Like they'll suck you in. They'll like lock you in wherever you're sitting.
Cheshire cat.
Yeah.
Looking at you.
One last question I like to ask people. Just it provides like a curious insight into people sometimes. How many hours of sleep do you get a night?
Not as much as I'd like to get.
Right.
I would say somewhere around 7.
Okay.
To I don't want to say 8, but like I try to get 8.
I feel that
every night, but I think that it depends on your lifestyle and what you do.
For sure.
How much sleep you need. So I definitely try to get more sleep. I think it's so important. And
honestly.
Yeah, shout out to sleep because like
facts.
When you stay up, like I stayed up last night. Yeah, shout out to mental health and sleep because they go hand in hand.
For
and
real. Can't have one without the other.
No.
No, I feel that a lot of artists. There's a lot of different answers that artists have for that question, and everyone operates differently too. Everyone's body is different, and so it's just always interesting to hear how people function.
Yeah.
But all right, I'm gonna start closing things out. Is there anything else you'd like to let the listeners know?
Well, if you'd like to get to know me better, you can go to my socials and pages. Just look up my name, Cam Cokas.
And that's it.
And yeah,
it's pretty easy to find them. Music is on all platforms.
It's everywhere.
Hell yeah.
I hope they make some new platforms so I can put it on there too.
I feel you. We need some new platforms out here. Well, all right. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And to everyone that's listening, I appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning in. And you can check out the interview I've done with other local artists at wknc.org/podcast and click on Off the Record. I am DJ Whippopatomus, and I was here with
Cam Cokas.
That's the guy on WKNC 88.1 FM HD1 Raleigh. I'm gonna send y'all off with a gem off of Cam Cokas' most recent album, Sketches. The song is called Maybe. And don't forget, we are stronger together, so don't forget to show each other some love. Y'all be easy.
Woo!
I used to feel uncertain whenever I stood tall. Took years to draw back curtains, revealing something small. See, I've been avoiding all the problems in my life, hey, but you were never one of them. So I made a promise to myself to start today. It won't be too bad in the end. Did you feel that way? keep asking, she won't give a rest. Taking some self-time to clear your mind. There's still a long time ahead of you. So what's wrong with knowing your pain? What's wrong with knowing you're saying? What's wrong needing a friend? Did you feel